I've been through a lot of shit, but I ain't crazy yet. And I see straight through your bullshit, don't amaze me. I've been through a lot of shit, but I ain't.
What's good, YouTube? Back with another reaction video. This time we doing Dave Chappelle completely destroys cancel culture for 8 minutes straight. I've seen most of his, like, you know, the recent stand-ups where he just like criticized like the online media and shit like that. But I wonder if they want some old shit too. Let's watch.
Hey, if you do anything wrong in your life, and I find out about it, I'm going to try to take everything away from you. And I don't care when I find out. Could be today, tomorrow, 15, 20 years from now. If I find out, you're fucking finished. Who's that? That's you.
Thanks.
That's what the audience sounds like to me. That's why I don't be coming out doing comedy all the time, because y'all niggas is the worst motherfuckers I've ever tried to entertain in my fucking life.
Are you surprised though by the criticism that's come your way?
No, and I don't mind that people get upset. Some of this criticism, like, is helpful. Like, I get educated by it. I don't necessarily agree with all of it, but I learn about a lot of things. You know, just from my... I swear to God, this might be the noblest of professions. Robin Williams had a bar that I loved. He said, comedy is the only job you can have where you can use everything you know. And that's true. You can use more than you know. If you use what you think, use it. Don't be afraid. Don't let these bitch-ass niggas button your lip. Say it anyway. It was 400 years to figure out as a people. That white people's weakness the whole time was kneeling during their national anthem. That's a brittle spirit. That's right, nigga. On the rock, it's regular. Ah! Ah! What are you doing, nigga? Stand up!
Bad things happen to someone else. That's not necessarily funny.
Look at it this way. I grew up in the crack epidemic. I tell jokes about it. I grew up in the crack epidemic, and now there's an opioid epidemic. Are they treating the opioid epidemic the way that they treated the crack epidemic? No, this is a national health emergency. When we were coming up, we were policed by the National Guard, addicts were criminals. Now they understand addicts are sick people, and maybe it's because the demographic of the opioid epidemic is not the same demographic of the crack epidemic.
Racially. I mean,
Right.
You're talking about race.
Right, so now that your community is getting destroyed, is a whole nother ball game. And then it's a huge window of empathy. Oh my God, we can see each other. We both went through similar pain. But I'm just saying, everything's funny that happens to you is more about empathy. That you there but for the grace. You guys gotta remember, I'm not saying it to be mean.
He's making the jokes because like he knows how to feel.
And everything's funny.
Bro, I swear, a conversation with him, 15-minute conversation, 30-minute
freedom of expression.
Bro,
I don't use it
mind
as a
the way
weapon. It just
you
makes
believe,
me feel
you know what I
better,
mean?
and I'm sorry if I hurt anybody, et cetera, yada, yada, yada. Everything I'm supposed to. But there's a more important reason that I would stop doing comedy right now.
Too fucking good.
And this reason is the real reason that's been percolating, and it really is the crowd, not you. I'm talking about the crowd on the big stage.
It's too hard to entertain a country whose ears are so brittle. Motherfuckers are so sensitive, the whole country is turned into bitch-ass niggas.
What is that you could say 10 years ago? Head of the eye.
Everything you say upsets somebody.
Like, you can't say it now.
You know, I can remember when it all started. It was when I was doing Chappelle show. When I was doing Chappelle show,
I used to do the show, and then on the weekends I do like concerts and shit like that. So I'm doing a concert, and there was a couple in the front row, beautiful couple.
Rather than
The
saying slur to a black community,
wife was obviously Asian.
Way longer type shit. That's crazy. Like,
You could see it in her face.
It's just crazy. Man,
The husband,
this motherfucker was mysterious, to say the least. couldn't quite pinpoint where he was from. Caramel-colored fella, very nice hair, but he could have been from anywhere. Bangladesh, Mexico. I can't guess with a nigga like this. All I knew for sure about this guy is that his wife was a bitch. I could see that in her face, too. No, he was laughing and having a good time, and she was scowling at me at a goddamn comedy show. I couldn't figure it out. And then I realized at some point that she was pregnant, and I was smoking on stage. I said, oh my God, that's probably why she's mad. So I started to put my cigarette out, but then she hit me with one of them fake non-smoker calls. So I just kept smoking. I thought to myself, bitch, that baby will be fine. Relax.
Yo, this
and I tried to break the tension. I just asked her. That's all I said. I go, hey, where are you guys from anyway? And I could tell that she was on to me. She goes, very condescendingly, she says, I'm from California. If you're asking my ethnicity, I am Chinese. And her husband was just cool about the shit. He was like, I'm Mexican, bro.
Bro, Mexicans are cool, like, bro.
I said, well, I'm sorry if I offended you by asking.
But you're a very beautiful couple. And miss, there's no question that you're gonna give birth to the hardest working baby this world has ever seen.
I don't know, it's like a weird dynamic. Like Asians are quite close.
It's not a bad joke.
White.
She got very upset. She got up to leave immediately, but she didn't just leave. She had to take one last dig at me on the way out.
It was like culture-wise.
I will never buy one of your fucking DVDs again, Dave Chappelle.
I said, ma'am, with all due respect, Chinese people don't buy DVDs.
Not a bad joke.
And the crowd went crazy. We were all laughing, having a good time. I didn't even think anything of it. And then just 3 days later, this lady sends a fucking letter to my promoter telling him not to book me for shows anymore because I was, quote, racist, huh?
And that shit, they're so fucking bored.
And I'm quoting her, insensitive to the nature of my interracial marriage. I was like, oh, word, bitch, I was. If she had just done a little bit of research, she would know that I myself am in an interracial marriage. That's right. In fact, my wife is Asian too. Surprise, bitch, I'll see you on Thanksgiving.
I swear,
but my wife's not Chinese. Stupid, bro. She's Filipino.
She's for bad things.
That's right, that's right. And our kids are Puerto Rican somehow, so there you go. I don't give a fuck about interracial marriage. In fact, you know what? My mother is half white.
A lot of people don't know that. Well, all right, you were a little too excited, but okay.
She was happy for that.
A lot of people don't believe me when I say that, but it's true. You can't tell looking at me, but if I grew my hair out, you would think you was at a fucking Cat Williams concert. My shit is beautiful. My shit is beautiful. But motherfuckers are just taking it too far. I don't know why or how everybody got this goddamn sensitive. You know who hates me the most? The transgender community.
When he get on them, bro, he gets on them, bro. I ain't gonna lie, his jokes about them be crazy. Yeah, that's the vid, bro. I mostly agree with everything he said. Like, he seemed like a very, obviously I don't know the person. They said, meet your heroes and shit like that, but like, he definitely seemed like he got an idea of how the world works. Like, he's wise. You can tell, like, in his genre, he is wise to all this shit. Like, he even got his master's, or I don't know if they call it a master's, but like his rights to the Chappelle show. That shows you like how smart and how, like, you know what I mean? Like, you know how hard it is to get something that you signed away to somebody, like a big corporation. They're never gonna give you that. Like our favorite rappers and shit sign away their rights to their songs for like a percentage of what they'll, like, maybe like 20% or some shit of what they would make if they were like independent. But they might have to push and shit. But like him, it's just all like organic. People fuck with him for him. You know what I'm saying? Like even though he be saying some wild shit, like people agree with him. You know what I mean? Like he got that. Like he don't got a machine behind him and shit. He got the people behind him. That's why I fuck with him so hard, bro. Yeah, that's it. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'm gonna see y'all in the next one.